Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 84 of Pokemon Horizons titled The Place Where Heaven and Earth Meet just dropped, and in this episode, our heroes arrive in Kumari Town to figure out how to get to Laqua. What will they find out? Let's talk about it. After following Rayquaza to where Laqua is, our heroes arrive near Kumari Town. They decide to go down there to learn a bit more about Laqua. It's a small, nice village where it looks like Pokemon and humans live well together. However, as our heroes are walking through the city, they hear someone say that a Black Rayquaza is here, meaning disaster will follow. It's from a kid named Yuha who believes this because his Noibat has gone missing, and his great-grandmother told him so. Even though his dad tries to calm him down, he tells our heroes to leave before running away. His father explains to him that the kid believes in things told to him by his great-grandmother, who's over 100 years old. Since that matches the time frame of the previous Laqua expedition, Free tells the kids to go on to poke around the town to see if they can learn anything else, as he wants to talk to Yuha's great-grandmother to learn more about the story. As the kids are walking around, they hear a kid screaming from a nearby cave that sounds like Yuha, so they go inside. And as they're inside, they hear more screaming and see Yuha and his Noibat being chased by a horde of Vibrava before they themselves are chased. Somehow they get away from the horde, but now they're stuck here because there's only one way to leave the cave, which is through the swarm of Vibrava. Yuha says that he came deep in this cave to find his Noibat, but was attacked by Vibrava because of the Black Rayquaza. But Roy counters saying that that isn't the case. Either way though, the kids say that they will figure a way out of the situation. While the kids are dealing with all that, Free asks the great-grandmother about the Black Rayquaza story, and hearing this makes her perk up, and even put on her teeth at times. She says that she saw it fly out of the mountains when she was 3 years old. Kumari Mountains isn't a volcano, yet she saw a massive explosion there followed by a Black Rayquaza. That's why she says disaster follows. The explosion blotted out the sun for 3 days and night, and when the sun came back after 3 days, a scholarly man with long hair came down the mountain. She said that it looked like he had been caught in the explosion, so her mother helped heal his wounds. The great-grandmother tells Free to be careful as he heads up there, and Free thanks her for the story. The kids try to ask the Vibrava to let them through, but it doesn't work, so it's a full-on battle against a group of Pokemon. Everyone brings out all of their Pokemon. Kilowattrel and Tinkatuff both attack and are subsequently healed by Hatchram. Then Quaxwell, Crocalor, and Florigato also attack to thin out the horde even more. As they're battling, Yuha seems impressed by them and determined, as he sends out his Noibat to use Dragon Claw to clear out a path through the middle of the cave, and all the kids leave the cave through that space as the battle comes to an end. Outside, they talk to Yuha and figure out the reason that the Noibat went missing is that when Yuha went deep into the cave to train, he probably accidentally went into the Vibrava's territory, and that Noibat was probably running away from the Vibrava. Realizing this, he apologizes to our heroes and the Black Rayquaza before saying how cool they were and how he aims to be in sync with his Pokemon like they were. All three of them encourage him to follow his goals. However, just then, they get a call from Free telling them to meet him in the ship for a meeting as he has information on Laqua. We then see that he's being spied on by Charles. She leaves as we see that the Exceed Company building is in this area too. In the ship, Free tells everyone that Gibeon is here and that Laqua is at the top of the mountain. Since the brave Olivine won't be able to fly that high, our heroes will have to walk up there, so they bundle up, get prepared, and head to the top of the mountain. The remainder of the episode is just our heroes heading up the mountain and how the other 6 hero Pokemon help them do it. Before that, as Laqua is climbing up the mountain, she spots where the Exceed building is but doesn't get a chance to figure out what it is. As our heroes continue to climb up the mountains, they come across obstacles like higher elevations, waters, rocks, and even Pokemon, and with the help of Terapagos calling for the 6 heroes, our heroes are able to get through all the obstacles. Arboliva helps them climb through a higher elevation, Lapras helps them cross the river, Kleavor helps Lapras break down obstacles in the water, Gouging Fire helps them get rid of a boulder coming down a mountain, Galarian Moltres helps them avoid battling a Nidoking and a Tyranitar, and as they get closer to the top, the clouds cover the area even more. And at the end of the episode, our heroes reach the summit above the clouds near where Laqua is. To me, this episode really only contributes one major thing as our heroes continue their journey to Laqua, and that being that the explorers are here in Kumari Town. Besides that, the disaster thing didn't really lead to much, besides just knowing the story that Gibeon was saved after the explosion. Maybe we'll find out that all the meetings that the explorers did was in this area. That would actually be kind of awesome. But besides that, I don't think there's anything else to it. The episode feels like it was laid out strangely because of the 2 different stories in the episode, which are just split with such like a sharp divide. The second half of the episode feels like it's there to justify why the other 6 hero Pokemon were even needed. And I don't think it's a guess on my part because Laqua literally says that maybe the 6 hero Pokemon helped Lucius get to Laqua. It feels like it was just tacked on because after Rayquaza was caught, there would be no other reason to not go directly into Laqua just by flying in its back. I understand why they did it, but it feels like they could have done it a little bit better. Overall though, an alright episode that helps our heroes heroes get to the location they need to be next episode. The art in this episode wasn't the greatest, so I wonder if this means that there's going to be an episode soon here with crazy art and animation coming up, because I'm curious to see how the upcoming visit to Laqua will pan out for everyone, battle and otherwise. But what about you guys? What did you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, be sure to like, share, subscribe. That's it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.